Jonah, a man called for a purpose, but a man who turned the other way. He chose to run towards comfort, safety, until a storm came, fierce and unrelenting. And Jonah realized there's no outrunning God. The siren call of the world is towards comfort. Jonah's call was far from the familiar, the life he imagined he would bring meaning. But our good ideas aren't God ideas. Is God calling us into the uncomfortable? To avoid getting to heaven well rested? To use every bit of gas in the tank, all the tread on the tires to work on family and things that matter? To a radical obedience, whether he speaks through storms or in whispers? Are you listening? Are you ready to say yes?
When I applied to study at Brock University, I studied in business with a concentration in finance. And later on, I went to SFU to do my MBA, also with a concentration in finance. So then I applied the job for the business consultant. I did that for about 2 years. Then September 11 hit. Nobody knows what's going on, so everything is on hold. So company actually were very gracious to us. They give us 2-year leave of absence with pay, just to be prepared to come back after 2 years. Okay, so my father-in-law started this bento business about in 1997. So he started doing the franchise and then soon found out it's not easy. So that's when I decided to say, I got this 2-year leave of absence with pay, so I can come back to Taiwan to help out my father-in-law. At that time, we have about a dozen stores, mainly in Yilan and a couple of stores in Taipei.
我们在全台目前有超过220家的门市，那包含在我们的新加坡也有一些的合作的伙伴。还有美国地区之前也有一些异业合作的伙伴，大概有超过350位的这样的客人，那更多的有可能每天可以供应到上千位的客人。
对我在一开始来到雾涛的时候是一个很大的鼓舞。那当然后来半年后，我的团队就 OK 了，那就把门市转亏为盈。对，因为那个时候曾经高峰一家店赔16万新台币。那是很大的一笔金额，每个月。那后来我大概经营了半年之后，我的所有的门店都转亏为盈。我觉得那个是对于团队最大的激励。然后我又有人才在那，所以后来整个门市的步调才变得比较稳健。对，这个是那个时候最印象深刻的。
But I wasn't happy at all. I wasn't happy at all because I hated business. I just resent that I'm in the restaurant business.
We used to joke that in the finance background, your environment is clean, but you're dealing with dirty money. But now he's into the very dirty business, but clean money.
There's no honoring that. There's no glamour thing there. There's no prestige. And I mean, why am I doing that? So the least thing in my mind is to be in the restaurant business. But here for 2 years, I'm just helping my father-in-law out. So I don't really see myself, being in the restaurant business for the rest of my life. But 2 years, I can take it. But after 2 years, I soon realized my company called me and said, now you're supposed to come back to work. I was like, yeah. I know I wanted to. I really wanted to go back to the life that I previously enjoyed. Although I'm not making lunch boxes every day because I have to run company. I have to try to find enough revenue. I have to open more shops. So I cannot leave because no one can do that. So I quit my job. And my wife moved back. She was still working here in Vancouver and waiting for me to go back. I say, I can't. We can't do that. If we go back, my father-in-law's business is gonna go under. I didn't choose to go to Taiwan. I chose to go to Canada. I enjoy the life here. I really love this country. I love my church. I love my old church. And I love my brother and sisters. I really miss them. Here I have no fellowship with the local congregation, and I have really no personal friendship. And we're stuck with our father-in-law and with the 5 temples, and he always asks my kids to go there and worship. I said, this is not the life that I imagined. So, and I can't go back. So what can I do? I said, okay, if I'm growing business, then let me grow business to even bigger scale. Because I already grow my business to be the largest in Taiwan. It only makes sense for me to go to China, grow that into the largest in China as well, because I'm from China. But deep down, I know it's not God's will. The reason why I know that is because it is to compensate for my own personal hurt. I'm building the purpose of my life on the scale of the business where people can give me glory. I want that image. I just want that image to compensate for the things that I thought I lost. I just came to that realization. I said to God, God, I don't know what I'm doing. I wanted to know the meaning of my life. I really wanted to know the meaning of my life. I heard this calling where God says the harvest is plenty and the workers are few. And I kind of get a sense that God is calling me to be his ambassador to this world. After I realized that, first of all, I just shut off all the China operation because I knew it's not God's will. I was talking to God. I said, I should sell my business in Taiwan and then move back to Canada full time. But God stopped that. See, humanly, I did everything that I can possible trying to negotiate the deal and to trying to find a buyer, and I think it is a fair deal, for the buyer, and I'm willing to sacrifice whatever in my part trying to get the deal completed. The reason why I knew that is because once the business is still ongoing, there's risks and there's things that I need to take care of every day. Every day I need to get down on my knees and pray to God. And if I sell the business, then I don't really need to pray about my business anymore. I don't have anything to worry about. I got a whole bunch of money, right? I just like that rich fool that I said to myself, now you can, rest and enjoy for the rest of your life. So I said, God, fine, you stop that. And I realized why you stopped that. Once I got the calling, I need to go back to my company and really try to start to live out the faith. I knew that I need a local support.
我认识 Frank， 他是来我的教会，因为那个时候他在找一个教会是可以有做职场宣教的。那他在宜兰其实没有发现，那后来他来到我的教会以后呢，我们就有机会了解，我了解了他的负担，那我就发现他里面有一个相当的热情，就是为了整个职场的福音。好，那我听了我就觉得很感动，所以呢，我就决定跟他一起 RPG 祷告。
And we started to pray together, and God really opened my eyes, and also by His sharing as well. So they said, first of all, we need to find out all the Christians within our company. And I started to find out, there are actually quite a few.
你知道 local church 的牧师对职场是没什么影响力的。其实我在想这件事情的时候，我决定是100%的支持他。原因是因为我觉得很不容易看到一个有对职场有这样负担的领袖。我认为这是神要用他的地方。
Church is where we come together once a week, be encouraged, be in the presence of God, and being there for each other. And then we go to the world to be the light and salt. So it's the same thing in the company. We gather together, we worship, we pray together, and we share with each other. Then we go.
的能力，它就是有办法让你很放松的告诉他很多的状况，然后他也会引导你 我就知道说，对，我就是往前冲刺，我的老板会在后面支持我，那个是对团队来说真的是很棒的一个支持，更加深我在职场分享我的信仰的这个力度。我甚至会在我开部门会议的时候，我就先祷告，因为我告诉我的伙伴说，我希望我们在每一次的会议进行之前，我们都有神的同在。
I'm so thankful for God that all our brothers and sisters in our workplace, they are now true light and salt to where God calls them into. And many times they will testify to us that they also cried. They were all idol worshippers, but they felt loved.
宗教就是礼拜六、礼拜天你到教会要做的事。可是 Frank 不是 ，Frank 他在他的家里面也是有信仰的。然后呢，他来到职场，他渴望他的职场能够传福音，带领更多职场的人信主。我说这是真正基督的门徒，他们信主了，受洗了，要成长啊。那他不能去到 local church， 他怎么办？他只能这里就是他的教会。这里就必须带领他成长，所以我们现在正在研议怎么样给雾涛有初信的造就，初信者的造就。如果开始有人信主，就需要有这个工作了。
He's starting a fellowship for the food and beverage industry, and I think God kept him there so that he can be the living example to encourage those guys to come in.
Actually, for the past 22 years, I've been doing that business in Taiwan. I changed the industry. We are the industrial standards. The quality of food we choose, the hygiene level that we observe, people are getting better food. The people are better served, and our employees that are better served. And the workplace is a lot more comfortable now, and less oily, less greasy, and everything. But everything we made, every penny we made, it is as clean as it can get. I thought that it is me who chose to go back to Taiwan, to come to Taiwan to help my father-in-law. Now I can see it is God who's calling me to there. It's actually a business that can bless so many people because we sell millions of lunch boxes per year to our customers. But before, I don't realize that. I don't realize that's a God's blessing for me, and it's God's calling me that I can make a difference. I would encourage brothers and sisters not to dread of God's calling as something that is a sacrifice. The things that we thought we give up compares with what God has planned with us, for us, is incomparable.